Good evening. If winter comes, can spring be far behind? Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I'm Vinod Narayan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines.
26,344 citizens were employed in 2021 as part of Bahrain's National Employment Program. The Kingdom of Bahrain authorizes the emergency use of oral COVID-19 antiviral Paxlovid. Bahrain warned shops against price hike. Cold with more thundery showers expected in Bahrain. UAE imposes travel ban on non-vaccinated Emiratis from 10th January. Abu Dhabi announces updated green list countries.
News in detail. 26,344 citizens were employed in 2021 as part of Bahrain's National Employment Program. The Ministry of Labour and Social Development announced giving jobs to 26,344 citizens in 2021 as part of Bahrain's National Employment Program. The achievement, the ministry said, was part of a plan to create promising job opportunities and make citizens the first choice in the labour market. The plan calls for employing 20,000 Bahrainis and training 10,000 citizens annually until 2024, the ministry said, as it outlined its achievements during 2021. The achievements, the ministry said, are the outcomes of the support of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. His Majesty was congratulated by Finance and National Economy Minister. Finance and National Economy Minister Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa congratulated His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa on being awarded the Abu Bakr Al Siddiq Medal, First Class, by the Arab Red Crescent and Red Cross organization in recognition of his great humanitarian efforts. The minister said that the medal bestowed out on His Majesty the King reflects his humanitarian role in the local and international arenas and keenness on cultivating noble values and the principles of peace and tolerance. He lauded His Majesty the King's royal directives to extend all relief aid in support of countries which are facing crisis and other humanitarian emergencies. Letter dealing with deep-rooted historical fraternal ties between Bahrain and Kuwait received. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa received a letter from the Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Nawaf Al Ahmad Al Jaber Al Sabah, on ties binding the two brotherly countries and the latest development on the regional and Arab scenes. The letter was handed over to His Majesty the King by the Kuwaiti Foreign Minister and Minister of State for Cabinet Affairs, Dr. Sheikh Ahmed Nasser Al Muhammad Al Sabah, during a meeting with His Majesty the King at Safaria Palace yesterday. Bahrain warned shops against price hike. The Bahrain Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Tourism issued a warning to shops against raising the prices of basic food commodities without justification. In a statement, the ministry also warned against taking undue advantage of the value-added tax rate adjustment which came into force yesterday in Bahrain and excludes 94 basic food products. The statement posted on social media further warns that it would take immediate measures against violators. The ministry also called on citizens and residents to report such violations immediately through Tawasul at 800-811 or call 1711-346 or 1711-252 or 1711-278. Action taken against undue price hike of popular currency in Bahrain. The Ministry Commerce and Tourism yesterday took quick actions against a tea shop which took undue advantage of the value-added tax rise to raise the prices of the popular currency. The shop raised the price of currency to 150 fils from 100 fils, citing the new 10% VAT. The ministry officials also separately said they shut 8 other shops for unfairly raising the prices on account of the 10% increase in VAT. The raid also followed a Bahraini councillor calling for strict actions against doubling the prices of the popular tea. Judicial control officers said the prices were raised even though VAT exempts the ingredients for making the products. The Kingdom of Bahrain authorizes the emergency use of oral COVID-19 antiviral Paxlovid. The National Health Regulatory Authority (NHRA) today approved the emergency use of the oral COVID-19 antiviral Paxlovid. The medication has been authorized for individuals 18 years old and above who suffer from mild to moderate symptoms and are at an increased risk of developing severe COVID-19 that may lead to mortality. The decision follows the evaluation of data provided by the manufacturer Pfizer, carried out by the NHRA's Pharmaceutical Products Regulation Department. The NHRA noted that the Ministry of Health has begun importing procedures in accordance with the relevant standards and requirements, with the medication expected to arrive in January. Cold with more thundery showers on the way. More thundery showers are on the way, and weathermen say temperatures in Bahrain are likely to drop to as low as 13 degrees Celsius. The Meteorological Directorate yesterday warned of unsettled weather today and tomorrow, with strong gusts of wind reaching 30 knots at times, causing rough seas. Dozens of tankers and pumps have been employed across the country after heavy rains and thunderstorms over the past few days caused flooding and chaos on roads. Traffic authorities in Bahrain has issued a warning to road users to remain cautious to ensure safety. Reports said that many areas usually prone to floods were unaffected this time, thanks to newly constructed drains, which allowed water to flow out. The rain emergency team at the Ministry of Works were out in full working mode to siphon out rainwater collected in low-lying areas. Today's COVID updates.
COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers.
Bahrain registered more than 3,300 mask violations in 10 days. More than 3,300 face mask violations have been registered over the past 10 days, even as the country witnesses a surge in COVID-19 cases. A total of 615 infections were reported last night, up from 89 on December 19, when the country moved into the yellow alert level. Now we will be back after a very short break.
All your favorite products under one roof in Bahrain at 27-year-old Megamart and Macromart. Bakery, fresh meat and fish, fruits and vegetables, sweets and snacks, ready-to-eat foods, dairy products, grocery or consumer goods. To have a wonderful shopping experience, please visit your nearest Megamart Macromart branch. Megamart and Macromart, full of goodness.
Welcome back. UAE imposes travel ban on non-vaccinated Emiratis from 10th January. The UAE has imposed a travel ban from 10th January on Emirati citizens who are not vaccinated against COVID-19, starting January 10. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation announced the ban in coordination with the National Emergency Crisis and Disasters Management Authority. The announcement is in line with the country's vision in the recovery phase of the pandemic and enhancing national efforts in all sectors due to the global epidemiological situation and the current high rate of infections to preserve the health and safety of citizens. The ministry also stressed the requirement to receive the booster dose for vaccinated citizens as per the national protocol on travel. Travel is permitted for unvaccinated citizens who are medically exempted from taking the vaccine, humanitarian cases, individuals traveling from medical and treatment purposes. Abu Dhabi announces updated green list countries. The Department of Culture and Tourism has updated the green list of countries for inbound travel into Abu Dhabi. All travelers arriving from the updated green list destinations will be exempted from mandatory quarantine measures after landing in Abu Dhabi. The newly announced list, which will come into effect from January 3rd, has 79 countries. Travelers will be required to present a negative PCR COVID-19 test result valid for a maximum of 48 hours before departure and undergo an additional PCR test upon arrival at Abu Dhabi International Airport. Vaccinated passengers from the updated green list countries will take another PCR test on day 6. Unvaccinated travelers arriving from green list countries must take PCR tests on days 6 and 9. Saudi launches E-Maritime transit visas for those who coming via cruise ships. Saudi Arabia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced on Saturday that it had launched an E-Maritime transit visa for those coming to the kingdom via cruise ships. The e-visas will be issued to those arriving at via cruises, as the beneficiaries who are wishing to obtain the visa can submit their applications through Ministry of Foreign Affairs electronic platform. 14,227 illegals were arrested in Saudi last week. Around 14,227 violators of residency, labor laws and border security regulations have been arrested in various regions of the kingdom within a week. The arrests were made during a joint field campaign carried out by various units of security forces and the General Directorate of Passports during the period from 23rd to 29th December 2021. 2,300 US flights cancelled amid outbreak. By mid-morning Saturday on the East Coast, more than 2,300 US flights had been cancelled, according to tracking service FlightAware. That's the highest single-day toll yet since airlines began blaming staffing shortages on increasing COVID-19 infections among crews just before Christmas. Saturday's disruptions weren't just due to the virus. However, wintry weather made Chicago the worst place in the country for travelers, with 800 flights scrapped at O'Hare Airport and more than 250 at Midway Airport. Vienna State Opera cancels performances due to several Omicron cases. The Vienna State Opera has cancelled all performances due to several cases of the Omicron strain of the coronavirus among the group. The State Opera has not closed its past due to COVID-19 cases. More than 85% of the staff are triple vaccinated and PCR tests are carried out at least 3 times a week, Opera Director Bodgan Rosic said. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I'm Vinod Narayan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.